Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. This is the last steel bike Trek ever produced. Now this one was made in Taiwan. The Trek 520 was their touring model from way back, and they kept it in the line up until, I don't know, maybe like 10 years ago. They've tried to like kind of bring it back and modernize it with disc brakes, and it just has flopped, you know. I mean, they're kind of a performance brand and everything's aluminum and carbon, and the way bike packing has taken over in gravel, these steel touring bikes have become obsolete. Now originally the Trek 520 was born with drop bars and like bar end shifters or maybe brifters or something, but I think they even kept like bar end shifters, like classic touring style, for quite some time. They're heavy, they have a ton of gears, you know, it's 27 speed. This one has been converted to a flat bar, upright flat bar. I can see there's a Garmin mount and a bag. This person, I think, gets after it, does some distance type stuff. You know, enough so that I think the bottom bracket's shot. It's got some weird spacers in the bottom bracket that would only need to be there because of chain line, and the chain line is messed up anyway, so I'm gonna try to put this back together without spacers. I don't know if that's gonna work. Maybe it's this Crankset needs the spacers for some reason. There's something going on down there. I think it is a replacement crankset, so maybe that's it. It's the crank spindle is longer or something. A little bit out of my normal wheelhouse, to be honest with you. It was written up by Trevor, and he's still an intern. And he said that we got to replace cables. The cable tips fell off and now the cables are frayed. That's something I see a lot. Like people think that the cables need to be replaced because they're frayed on the end. You don't need to replace the cables because they're frayed on the end. You just twist them back up, put a cap on them. I mean, the cable's good from the anchor all the way back. So that's the important part. Anyway, we'll kind of sort that out. You know, I don't know, the dork disc is yellowing and, you know, I'd like to put a new dork disc on there. Is that a, I don't even know which kind of dork disc that is. It doesn't spin with the wheel. I'm not replacing that. That's a good one. You know, sometimes I learn things too. Anyway, I love these frames. It's always a pleasure to work on these bikes. This one looks to be set up pretty well. And it just needs to be buttoned up, I guess, and you know, a couple things looked after. So let's do it. Alrighty, per the usual. Pop these wheels off and set them aside. I am going to dive right into the bottom bracket issue. So this is a Holotech style crankset. That's the little preload setter nut thingy. Come on, buddy. Why aren't you coming off? Need some help. So this bottom bracket, the bearings are worn out, but you can see that it's got a spacer there and a couple spacers over here. I think that's because the crankset. So this is one of those things that I should just know as a professional, but I'm guessing that this is a certain length that requires those spacers for that bottom bracket shell width to get everything to fit right. I don't like it. I think the chain line stinks, but what do we do? I think we got to make the guy's bike work. You know, there's all these spacers. All right, it's a 68 millimeter bottom bracket shell. Okay, I think I got things figured out here. So the Hollowtech crank, they're all made to fit 73 millimeter bottom bracket shells. So when you have a 68 like this one, you have to put spacers in. They say 2 on the drive side and 1 on the non-drive side. So apparently it was set up right. I'm a little skeptical about that still, but I have a replacement bottom bracket. And we're just going to use the spacers that were on it, because that bottom bracket was loose. The bearings were worn out. Good and tight. Good and tight. Yeah, so without those spacers, I mean, this would be sticking way out. It's got to be right. Although, I mean, there's plenty of room there. I just feel like there's too many spacers on the drive side. And I can take some out. Let's see here. What's this measurement here? About as wide as a cap. Way wider than a cap. Okay. We're gonna make a change. I just didn't think it was right. And I think I'm right that it's not right. Let's see how that goes. Hey, ow! Die! Okay, so now more spindles showing. Right. And there's still like even a little bit to go. If we wanted to, but I think I got, it's like equidistant on both sides at least. So this sets the preload, you know, gets everything smooshed together properly. Just kind of do that finger tight. And then these, I snug them down for now. But these bolts need to be done evenly. It says so right here, pay attention to that. Use a torque wrench. Should have one set up on the bench. There you go. Yeah. No more loosey-goosey, Marucci. I saw a TikTok. Take this frayed cable, right? And then you take a zip tie and you put it around it like that. And then get it as tight as you can. See, I didn't think it worked any better than what I can do with my fingers and a pliers. But anyway, I saw TikTok. It was really popular. It's just a waste of a zip tie though. Okay, and then since I have so much to cut off, see how clean that is now? And I'm not using my EP1. I'm kind of over it. Fixed. Oh, I just forgot to, that was a really good one. I forgot to film it. Huh. Oh, the front's just as bad. I'll show you in the front. Okay, so you can see this one's really super bad. And what I've always done is just take my pliers, not a needle nose pliers. All right, and you start way down by the clamp and then just kind of slowly but surely work your way out. And most of the time the individual strands of the cable will kind of rehome themselves. All right, to a point. Okay, then you get to the very end and you take a risk with your diagonal cutter. And then you get your cable tip on there. And then you crimp it 1, 2, 3 times. Fixed. Here you go. This diagonal cutter really does make a really clean cut on these cables. It's usually pretty risky. There. Now we have cable tips on all the cables. Take a little Behold furniture polish. It's the cheapest furniture polish I can find at my grocery store. Go get the cheapest you can find at your grocery store. You can spray it all over this graying rack and just let it sit, and that will bring back the luster of the rack and any of the other black alloy components you might have. Hey bike farmers, just a quick note while there's a lull in the action. If you've made it this far, I assume you liked the video enough to click the like button. If you really like it, let us know in the comments below. And if you're into bicycle content for regular people, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're able to support more directly, click on the super thanks button and send me some taco money. Or better yet, join the channel as a monthly sustaining member. All of these things will help grow the channel organically and give the Bike Farmer YouTube channel a strong future. Thanks again for watching. Now let's get back to the bikes. Yeah, I mean, I don't like how yellowing this dork disc is, and I'd like to replace it, but I'm not sure I'm familiar with one that spins with the cassette. I like that. I wonder what kind that is. You know, I get a lot of comments. People are like, oh, you should make custom branded dork discs. I'm like, I have no idea how to accomplish something like that. And frankly, I don't have interest in figuring it out. mean, if somebody wants to figure it out, how to have, 50 of them made that say Bike Farmer on them, like, go for it. Let me know. Send me the file and I'll think about it, right? But man, but anyway, if it could be this kind, I mean, is it good enough content to take this apart and discover a new kind of dork disc? I think that is good content. We'll do that. Once we're done with these wheels, we'll investigate that. I'm up here in the Truth and Stand. This is my second bike video in a row this morning. Usually I just do one, but I saw this bike sitting here and I was like, man, it's a Trek 520. I mean, it's a Taiwanese Trek 520, but still, it's the last steel bike Trek produced. That's good content. I'm gonna work on it. And then I saw how it was written up and I'm like, oh man, this thing's a god-awful mess. I don't even know what to do with it. So it's, maybe not the best to be putting on video, but here I am, doing it anyway. Just kind of taking care of business as I do. Something I say about my employees, because Trevor wrote this up and, I don't do a good job of training at all. I'm like trial by fire. So he's just guessing, right? But the reason I was attracted to him, and I'm very attracted to him, was because basically the only requirement I have from an employee is the confidence to make their own decisions and the responsibility to correct their own mistakes. And I think that if you'll be held accountable for your mistakes, and you agree to it, if you know up front, and you agree to working for a jackass like me under such incredible conditions, incredibly unfair, oppressive conditions. Anyway, if you're going to agree to that, then that means you're open to criticism and learning and expanding, and you won't take it all personally or get all defensive when I'm like, what the hell were you thinking? So, yeah, I don't know why I just said all that, but I guess it was on my mind. That wheel's pretty good. But anyway, the last video I did this morning was on this little Fuji thing, a bike that somebody had given them, and they brought it in to get it working, and I did the bare minimum. I skipped some stuff. I told the guy, I'm like, you're gonna watch the video, you're gonna watch me cut a whole lot of corners. I'm gonna do the bare minimum. And I didn't replace the brake pads. I told him I would, because I was too lazy to order some, and frankly, it's not worth it. I took the computer off his bike, and I didn't even talk to him. We're like removing accessories from somebody's bike without asking them. When I got up in the rant stand, I started talking about politics. So I have no idea. I'm probably gonna lose subs and trigger the algo and all kinds of stuff. And basically I'm just breaking all the rules this morning on that video. And I did, because I think all of that's really important. I have a lot of opinions that go against the grain. And one of those is I think we should, everybody should be talking about politics more, not fighting about it, not accusing each other, not being divisive or anything, but talking about it, talking about why you think the way you do, without othering people or sweeping generalizations that, all lefties drive Priuses and have bumper stickers, and then all MAGAs drive gigantic pickup trucks and throw beer cans on the side of the road. We don't want to be doing that. I love stereotypes because it's funny. I think it's great because you can make fun of people and make fun of people in Priuses and pickup trucks. I'm all for it. I love making fun of wokies. I love making fun of the MAGAs. It's great. But I do think we need to be able to talk about it and not get all bent out of shape. So that's why I did that in that last video. In this video, I'm like, I'm not going to talk about any of it. Here I am kind of talking about it, but I'm talking about all of it. Just make a bike video, because some people just like bike content. I feel like it's 9 o'clock. It's 8:51. All right, I got time. But the phone's dinging. It's Wednesday. And the shop is open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday right now. Thinking I might change it to Thursday, Friday, Saturday pretty soon. It's a very slow season. Things have really slowed down for various reasons. You know, nobody knows whether we're coming or going right now. And that's the reality of it. There's a lot of uncertainty out there. Whether or not anybody's right or wrong is irrelevant. We just don't know what to be doing. But anyway, Wednesday mornings, people are like, oh, bike shop's open. I got to get in, you know, and so the phone's dinging. And I expect Trevor to be walking through any minute. That guy's unpredictable. But anyway, I heard something outside just a second ago, and I'm like, oh my God, there's a custy out there, and I'm in the middle of a video. I'm in the middle of a truthing stand rant. I can't stop what I'm doing and help a custy right now. That's my big problem, is I don't like being interrupted. I don't like phone calls. I don't like customers bothering me. It's problematic when you're a retailer. So I'm in here just trying to get this bike done before the shop opens so I can disappear and go on a bike ride before going to play golf. Actually, before going to the chiropractor. I have had a kink in my neck for a year. I mean, it is relentless and it feels permanent, and I've kind of like just accepted that it's something I have to live with for the rest of my life. And it's just a kink in my neck. It's annoying. I can't look over my left shoulder to see if traffic's coming when I'm riding my road bike. That drives me crazy. I think it has affected my golf swing because I'm hesitating, you know, just a little bit. It's problematic. So I started seeing a chiropractor because I got this awesome insurance now and can do such a thing. And I swear to God, I was there 2 days ago and I had done some stretches. I had taken a relaxation pill. I had warmed things up. I had massaged all of my neck and shoulder muscles. You know, I really prepared for going to the chiropractor with as much looseness, as loosey-goosey as I could possibly go, just waiting to see what could be done. Because the last appointment, or the appointment before it, he tried to crack that side of my neck, that where the kink was, and it just wasn't budging. I mean, it was so stiff and wound up. Then I was like bound and determined, but I could tell that he had made some difference. And imagine riding your bike around and having that flopping around like that. Come on, people, we don't have to live this way. Well, anyway, by golly, that guy did the one side, and it was oh man, it just felt so good. And then he went to the other side, and I'm like, all right, here it comes. And my neck has not cracked like that in 25 years. It felt so good. I was so relaxed afterwards. I was dumbfounded. This is like, oh, that's a nylock nut backwards. So I've got a chiropractor appointment today, and I'm planning on playing golf right afterwards. The chiropractor's in the same town as the golf course. So that's going to be interesting. Anyway, I got a good day planned. So I was like, I'm going to get up early, get a whole bunch of work done. I got a video dropping in 7 minutes. And that's always fun because I get to watch the numbers go tick, 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 making money. Just going to be a good day, I think. I mean, it's designed to be a good day. The weather's pretty nice. It's a nice, cool with some sunshine type spring day. Slicker than snot on a doorknob, I'd say. I was going to put this wheel in there, but then I remembered we're going to look at this. Woody Charleston, everybody. So something that I've been working on for the last, 15 years of my life or so is getting out of the rat race, employment trap, working for a living and switching over to making a living, so I can have free time to do the things I love. I tell you what, now you just look at it. Look at that design. That right there, that's a smart design. I'm looking for markings on it to see how I can get one. Oh. Story of my life. I mean, okay, it needed to be replaced. But now I can keep this and see if I can make my own. There's plastic manufacturers here in town. Maybe it'll happen. Okay, so we gotta go the old-fashioned way. I got 2 parallel spokes here. You go right down, oh, they're crossing down here. So I go 1, 2, 3 is how I think of that. So that's a 3-prong spoke protector that I need. And then also, if you do 2 and then 3-prong spoke protector means 36-hole wheel. 4-prong is 32-hole wheel. So this is 36, and if it's parallel and parallel, it's 32-hole. This is a 36-spoked wheel, which I would expect because it's a touring bike. More spokes, stronger wheel. That's another thing with these Trek 520s. You buy them, they're like bomb-proof, really good commuter bikes. You know, they're cyclo-touring bikes. That's the most underused and best term in cycling. I should make a whole video about it. I'm gonna. Anyway, kids, here's the tree banger. We're just gonna put the tree banger spokey protector, dorky dishkers, right upon it. Boop, 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 boop. I get the Mario theme song stuck in my head more than anything. It's like a tick. It's like I have Mario Tourette's in my brain. Also, the intro to Sweet Jane from Lou Reed's, which album is that? Rock and Roll Animal, with the guys from Alice Cooper's band. Is that those guitarists? Did I get that right? Go check that out. Loud. Play it loud. There is an incredible amount of hackiness happening in this video, folks. You know what I mean? Like, this is what actually goes on in your bike shop. You know, you think that we put a sign up that says professional bicycle service here, and we make YouTube videos and wear t-shirts that say professional on them, that, you know, we really know what we're doing. Well, here's all the proof you need. We're just guessing. You know, but this has been Frankenbiked before me. That's the thing, is it's supposed to have drop bars, and somebody has done some customization. It has been not quite right for quite some time. Okay, everything's feeling pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a nice, silky smooth drivetrain there. Okay, you see how this barrel adjuster here is turned way out? I don't like that. I'm gonna leave some adjustment, okay? And for the record, I could have just left it. You know, it was fine. But this is, oh man, I almost ripped my, oh. I have to redo that. So if I tighten that up, yeah, if I tighten that up, then it gives the illusion that I know what I'm doing. And it also allows more adjustability on the fly, should one need it. And I think I did make it shift a little better. So I'm doing all that with an unlubed chain. It's clean, lube, then adjust. Triflow, superior lubricant. Usually I use one step, but this chain is so clean that I might as well just put my favorite on it. I just remembered that I have to spray one step in the shifters from the last bike I did. That last video, I forgot to re-lube the shifters. And I can feel in these shifters that they could use a little one step. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go to the low gear, no rubbing. Go to the high gear, a little bit of rubbing. So what I do is I pull out on the derailleur, and then I use the barrel adjuster up on the shifter, and I just turned it out like maybe a turn. Okay, it's a real light rub, but you know, we're almost rubbing there too. There's no trim shift on these. It's right in the middle. It's good enough. It's as good as it's gonna get. Not much more I can do. Yeah, so I'm thinking I can get this bike done here, and I'm gonna have 2 bikes worth of footage at it in the next couple days when the weather's not good. You know, planning ahead. But anyway, when I get done with this, I can suit up and do a hot lap. I can ride around the lake as fast as I possibly can. It's only 10 miles. Takes 35 minutes usually. If the wind is just right and I'm in really good shape, I have done it in under a half hour. I think I did it in like 28 and a half minutes once. I was flying that day. That was like 5 years ago probably. It was like a thing I was doing, trying to get fast. But I'm just not a fast cyclist, you know? I mean, 20 miles an hour is like crazy fast for me. But anyway, do a hot lap. That'll warm my body up, right? Then take a nice hot shower. And then stretch my neck and my shoulders and put some icy hot on all those muscles back there. Loosen everything up. And then go to the chiropractor and have him rip my head off. And if I take a chill pill, that usually helps with the golf game. You know, just a little bit of something to take the edge off. Helps when you're standing over those 3-foot putts that you gotta make. Save a stroke or 2. Maybe have a good day out there. It's gonna be a little windy. Maybe 2 clubs if it's right in your face. I feel like there's something going on with this brake cable. Don't forget to lube your noodle, boys. Just some good tweaking and tuning. Oh man, this is such a nice high quality bike. It's got Shimano LX hubs, double walled 36 hole rims. You know, you could hit a landmine on these things and the landmine would suffer the consequence. Dior rear derailleur, 9-speed stuff, I think, or maybe it's 10-speed, 9-speed, Mega 9. Army green Bontrager pedals. Oh, and all these little guys are coming loose. Is it 3mm or 2.5? Oh man, I could spend the rest of the day doing that. Oh, I better sit down to do it. Woody Charleston, everybody. It's amazing. I ran into Bill Turner at the Chicago Bike Swap. And he's like, hey, bike farmer, I'm Bill Turner. I'm the guy who named Woody Charleston. Holy shit. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. He watches every video. So here I am to say, get a life, Bill. I mean, thanks for watching, Bill. I should have a power tool for this. There's a lot of them. They're all loose. So next time you're wondering, what am I doing with my life? Have I just wasted the whole thing? You just remember, Bike Farmer considers himself one of the most successful and free living people he knows. And he's spending his time tightening bolts on somebody else's pedals. And I consider this success. I mean, honestly, like, if this is how I make a living, come on. Sign me up. Did I get them all? Okay, kiddos. I think we have ourselves a completed Trek 520. I bet this thing rides like a dream. I should probably test drive it. Test ride it. I mean, I definitely would have kept the drop bars. I'm a drop bar guy, especially with touring bikes and that kind of thing, but I get it. For a hybrid commuter type upright deal, I mean, this thing kicks ass. One of my all-time favorite Treks. It would be a little bit cooler if it was made right up here in Waterloo. They did TIG weld these bikes in Waterloo for a while. The old, well, I guess it would be like the 750 hybrids. You can put drop bars on them and they're very similar to this. I don't think they were making the 520 through that era. You know, they didn't always make it, but for a long time, Trek kept these steel bikes in their line as their touring bike for, you know, us retro grouches and people that are kind of more into the classic side of things. And this is just good old school bicycle manufacturing, rim brakes, 3x9 drivetrain, just crisp, goes good, stops good, high quality, never have to touch it, set it and forget it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Thank you so much for watching to the end. If you made it this far, I presume you liked what you were watching. And if that's the case, go ahead and let us know by clicking the thumbs up like button on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you think you've got more money than me, which I know many of you do, give me some. And you can do that by clicking the super thanks button. That's a direct support to your favorite creator, the Bike Farmer. Goes right into my bank account, and then I take my card across the street to El Mariachi. I get tacos campechanos. I should probably do that today. If I'm gonna have the best day of my life, I'm gonna need to get some of those, and I'm gonna need you to pay for it. So send me, you know, shoot me over 10 bucks. It's like 15 bucks to like get 3 tacos now. You know, you gotta leave a little tip, and actually I think it just comes out to 15 bucks. But it comes with, you know, some stuff on the side. Oh man, it's so good. I gotta do it. Except just the timing of today doesn't really work out. Maybe for dinner. If you don't want to do that every single time you watch a video, you can just become a monthly sustaining member. Choose whatever amount you want. I think $200, $300, $400 a month is probably good. Yeah, you get access to videos a little early. You get a little star by your name. So if I see that when you make a comment, ask a question or whatever, you get priority responses. I don't see them all, but I see most of them. And I'll give you a little answer to that silly little question of yours as a member of the channel. But the best thing you can do for yourself, it's absolutely free. You click that notification bell so you and your bikes can stay tuned.